Is the U.S. president laying the groundwork to fire his attorney general?
Well, not really, because he can't really fire Jeff Sessions, and there are multiple reasons for that. It would add to the impression that the president clearly does not believe in the principle of separation of powers and or in the independence of the judiciary. It would create a crisis within the cabinet, and whoever succeeds him might run into trouble getting confirmed by the Senate. And then Jeff Sessions indeed recused himself in the Russia investigation, but at the same time, he's been a most loyal cabinet member who's dutifully enforced the president's policies, notably on immigration.
But Donald Trump is not a conventional president. I mean, he did, after all, go against his own intelligence, the U.S. intelligence, standing beside the Russian president. So why wouldn't he attack Jeff Sessions this way? He's done it publicly, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has done it publicly. He's very violent in his criticism, and yet at the same time, for lack of an existing replacement that would be immediately functional, and the United States needs an attorney general, it would be a disaster, even in electoral terms, for Donald Trump to fire his attorney general at this very point in time. He's indicated that this might happen after the midterms, but in the immediate future, I believe that there are enough adults in the room in the White House to prevent him from acting on this urge of his.
Now, Jeff Sessions has said he had no choice but to recuse himself from the Russia investigation. That's correct, isn't it?
It's absolutely correct. After he seemed to take liberties with the truth during his confirmation hearings for the position of Attorney General, it would have been extremely difficult for him to be the one overseeing the investigation on a possible Russia collusion. So yes, indeed, despite what the president thinks, Jeff Sessions was correct in recusing himself from overseeing that investigation.
So what does Donald Trump aim to achieve here, since he cannot fire Jeff Sessions for no reason?
Well, I am just as much as at a loss for words as most observers or journalists are, but I think we can all conclude that the president is venting at a period when the White House is under siege, with the Manafort conviction plus the plea deal, with Bob Woodward's book, with the anonymous op-ed in the New York Times, with the Kavanaugh nomination to the Supreme Court taking an ugly and unexpected turn, even though chances of confirmation are still very high. And then there's the low approval rate in the opinion polls, which is not a good sign for the coming midterms. And finally, the self-inflicted wound of the controversy over the death toll in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria. So basically, the president feels like his main achievement, which is the economy, is being overlooked or cast aside by the press, and that he's surrounded by people who are not loyal to him, and he is caught in one of his favorite postures, which is venting and trafficking in conspiracy theories.
Vincent Michelot, thank you very much for joining us with your analysis on the program today.